Correct move to do in that situation. If you aren't sure that you can get the trip cap and you don't feel comfortable getting that trip cap, always try to get basement and nest. Those two are such better strongholds. You get better spawns outside. You can work together with your teammates. Like, for example, you can hold a position like Whitehall and easily have an effect on both basement and nest.
Right now, Snip3down absolutely shutting down 3 members of Renegades, grabbing the overkill, extermination, going for the kill-tacular, but no one's going to give him the clip. Not even gonna waste it, gonna save it, and there he is already saying what Snip3down, whatever he said. I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear it in some replays and on Twitter a lot. But, you know, that has to ruin the courage of a Renegade member. Snip3down is just too hot. He's on fire.
Yes, he is absolutely destroying. One part that also was impressive to me was how he didn't shoot that last railgun shot in the bunker. I mean, you had an overkill. How do you not just randomly shoot that shot hoping to possibly get it? Instead, he's just like, you know what, it's tournament mode. I better save this last railgun shot in case I have to fight later.
And right now, there.
All right, you watch the clip. Let's break it down. Reciprocity versus Renegades, Game 3, Halo World Championship, Columbus, winners round 2. Finally, we get some Snip3down gameplay. One of my favorite players to watch, one of the best players to ever touch Halo. If you don't know Snip3down, you are living under a rock. Everybody knows this guy, and he gets a sick overkill in this gameplay. Now, it's not the craziest thing I've ever seen Snip3down do, but I'm a little pressed for time. I wanted to make sure I got you guys some content this week. I haven't posted any videos this week, but I have big plans for next week, so stay tuned. I'll talk about them later, but let's rewind the clip, check out these amazing plays from Snip3down. Starting from the beginning here, I got an early pause just to demonstrate something that I want to point out. Now, Snip3down, he's got camo, he's got railgun, he's got the best combo that you can have right now on this map. He's going to go into BR base and help with the cap here. As he finishes the cap, he's going to jump up to rail. Now, he uses the standard jump to get up to rail. However, as the meta's been evolving and changing in this game, a lot of pros are taking advantage of this new jump to rail. They jump on the box there that you can see on the left right beside the rail, and they spring jump off of the box for the easy clamber up onto rail. You can do a regular spring jump, scoreboard spring jump, whatever. It's a faster way to get up to rail. You can even combo that if you're crazy. You can combo that with a nade throw off the slanted roof on the top above rail and land a nade right in front of rail as players are approaching trying to contest it. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, Snip3down is going to use a standard route to get here. I'd say the only real advantage of him doing this, it is slower, but he does get sights on the barrels here, so he can make, he can get more information basically about what's happening in the basement on barrels, choose if he wants to challenge, whatever. Also, he doesn't have to push up very quickly. He has camo, he can take his time, so all he's doing is just a standard crouch jump clamber to get up there. Also note that on the right, he's got a bar there. You can jump onto that bar to the right, and you can crouch jump up to rail as well. That's another way to get up. That's pretty helpful to know. But standard crouch jump, hold, crouch, hold, or tap clamber, depending on what you got. Another standard crouch jump. Guys, every single jump that you do should be a crouch jump. It should be reflexive, habitual. You should be doing it all the time. It's going to make sure that you land the jumps that you need to be landing. Now, here, kind of free the first 2 kills for sure, because they don't know he's here. He gets a nice easy rail to stop basement. Perfect timing right there. Don't waste rail if you don't have to. Switches the pistol, lands the headshot. Now, the biggest thing about rail in this situation here, something that you should consider if you want to get good at the railgun, is try to prep yourself as early as possible with that rail. So wind it up before you actually see the opponent, so that when you see the opponent and you're ready to confidently make the reaction, then your shot is also ready to be shot as well. Your gun is primed and ready to go. Because if you see the opponent and then you start warming up the shot, it's going to be so much harder for you to confidently make that reaction, because it's already past your window where you were confident in making that, basically. Now that you passed the window, it's kind of dodgy, it's kind of dicey, because you have to track that opponent for a while, and then you have to make the reaction. Try in every situation, even if he's not looking at you, try to wind up that rail as early as possible, so that the moment you're ready to react, you can react and hit the shot confidently. Winds it up before he comes around the wall. Easy shot onto that opponent right there. Now, the biggest thing is he's cleaned up these opponents on basement. He's got a triple kill. He knows that if he's cleaned up these opponents on basement, it's very likely they're going to spawn in the bunker side of the map. Mickwin's been making his way across engine. He's already prepping for that spawn as well. Lunchbox at the same time is trying to get out of there as fast as possible. Snip3down knows that. You can see he charges up the rail as early as possible. Just 2 quick flicks that he makes. Snip3down's a very confident, very patient player when it comes to aiming, I find. He takes his time and shoots only in the moment that he has to, and that he's absolutely sure he can land that shot. He really takes his time. But there's 2 individual flicks he does with the aim move. 1, 2, right there, until he's for 100% sure that he's ready to shoot, and the rail's primed and ready to go. So just 2 individual right stick flicks just to make sure that he's got, you know, he's lined it up perfectly with the opponent, probably not pegging his controller at the same time. You guys know what pegging is. I've talked about it in all my videos. But there you go, lands the overkill, moves up onto BR base right now as well, trying to get a nice angle, turning auto stabilize off here, activating stabilize at his convenience, right? So he can hold the angle right there, see if any opponents are pushing out. Looks like they're all cleaned up for now for the most part though. So he's going to work together with Mikwin to move back over to the nest, which is being capped. So you'll see he's jumping up to nest. Now, he doesn't do this, but there is something I want to talk about in this moment. When you're standing up on lookout, this is a really great power position to be in. You can land some great shots and nades into nest. When you're standing here, have the presence of mind to know that if you're in trouble, if you're getting challenged from nest, somebody's putting damage in on you, do not thrust. Just walk to the left and land on the beam below you on the left-hand side. There's an easily available beam right below you. Just walk off, land on it, and you're good to go. You can jump back up and continue pressuring when you have your shields. However, when you walk and you land on that beam to your left, the first thing you should do now that you're not focused on nest is line your reticle up with the long haul. Look over at long haul. Look over at the white corner and take a look at tower and the areas in that general vicinity, because it's very likely that players could push through long haul and try to challenge you, and you want to make sure that you always have your reticle in the best possible place to be ready for all those types of situations. So if you're in trouble, do not thrust, just walk to the left, fall on the beam, turn your reticle, and now your point of focus is on the long haul until you've got your shields back and you're ready to challenge again. If somebody is in the long haul, they're challenging you, I guess a good escape option would be to drop down, maybe thrust out to engine 1. It'd be dangerous to go to trenches because then you're basically meeting them in a battle. I'd say engine's probably your best bet. It really depends on where players are in the map and the spawns. This situation, I think Snip3down can get away with thrusting out to engine 1, going back around up to E2. That might be the safest method for him. Also, when you're on this spot here, he's got the beam in front of him. If you jump on top of that beam, don't jump off it again to move over to nest, because there's a roof. You'll see in a sec. So he's going to also, smart play, by the way, guys. If anybody ever hides behind that stronghold point and there's a barrel, always shoot the barrel, obviously. So Snip3down sees the barrel, he's going to shoot the barrel, and then Ace, for whatever reason, does a nutty strafe out to the right there. Snip3down gets to clean him up with a headshot. Now you see how he's jumped. See above him on the roof, there's this beam. If ever you're standing on this area in front of him, this little ledge in front of him, if you're standing on it, just thrust off or walk off. Do not jump and jump thrust off, because you'll hit the roof. This shit happens to me all the time. It's a pain in the ass. Just, I'm sure you guys know that, but just have, you know, the presence of mind to avoid situations like that, so that when you're in trouble, you don't end up jumping and bumping into a wall and screwing yourself. So easy exit strategy, off to the left on the beam below you. If you're traversing across here, you can jump from here, thrust forward, but if you're standing on top of this ledge, do not jump off of it, just walk off it. You don't want to hit the roof and delay your movement and get caught in a stupid situation. He kills the opponent, moves up on nest to get the reset on nest, adding pressure still. He's going to put shots in here. Now notice that his first available reaction to getting shot here is to start jumping out right. Had there not been a player there to kill him, jumping out right is a pretty smart move for Snip3down, because he has the beam on the right side of him that he can jump off of and go to bat ledge if necessary. He can thrust over to bat ledge. He can fall below the bridge if he wants to as well. So by jumping over to the right, he's preparing himself to take advantage of those options if Neptune pushes up and fires some nice shots. But he doesn't need to. His player helps him out. He thrusts back over to the bridge. He's good to go, and he's back up here. Now take a look at where he places this grenade. So he throws it. The placement of the nade, you can see where his reticle is right now, right on the outside of the, I guess, whatever that black marker is. It looks like wings or something on the wall there. Throwing it in that spot specifically is going to wedge the nade right in the doorway, like perfectly in the doorway, so that he can take out an opponent that's hiding there. Had he done it a little farther over to the right, there's a chance that it could have landed farther into the bunker, so it's actually a really good spot to consider. You want to really get it right nice in that doorway, because that's where the player likes to hide and stay alive. So really smart from Snip3down, perfect placement with that nade, and you'll see the payoff, lands the kill right there. He's back up here. Now, he doesn't know where players are, but if you don't know where players are, you want to start predicting lurking where they might be, always place your reticle in the most effective location. First thing he does, places his reticle in the top of tower. He's prepared if somebody pushes up over top tower. However, he notices that a player, his teammate's going to go down. Notices that two opponents are there. He's going to get outshot. Do not thrust as a reaction to this. Just do what Snip3down did and just walk off, okay? Super easy. You've got cover. You got easily available geometry to your left, your right. Just walk off and survive. Burn your thrust at your last available opportunity. Do not choke thrust, freak out and thrust backwards and burn your thrust when you don't need to. Save it as long as possible. And also, right here, actually the one area of this clip where I don't agree with Snip3down's play. However, after everything he's done so far, he's done his job, I'd say, in this life. But I think he miscalculated where this player was located because he pushed up a little farther than necessary. Like, his teammate goes down. He throws a nade, thinking, I guess, that the enemy might go back into long haul. So he completely overthrows it and then overthrows the other one as well. I guess if APG was to do, like, a really aggressive play outwards, then it would have hit him. He also thrusted to the right into the wall at the same time. It would have been really hard for him to survive this situation in any scenario, but I think personally, if he didn't walk too far forward, let's say he did commit himself, he threw the nade, if he jump thrusted backwards right from here, he would have landed super close to the bridge, and he might have been able to make it around the corner to the bridge, drop down to trenches, and traverse through trenches, and be a little bit more tricky getting to basement to help out basement. However, at this point, his teammates are all dying. I think Mikwin just died, was the one who died over there a second ago. If he dies, or especially Spartan, by the way, but if he dies with his team, he spawns up with his team as well at the same time. So it's not really a bad thing that he's dying off here. Spawn up with his team, continue to apply pressure, and that closes out the video and everything I wanted to cover. A bit of a quick one this time, guys. I have had no time this week to really talk about Halo and go over this stuff. I've been super busy, so sorry about that, guys, for people who've been waiting for content. Now, before I get into what's coming next, I do need to shout out Snip3down, one of the best players to ever touch Halo. You guys know Snip3down, but in case you don't know Snip3down or don't know where to find him, I'm going to link his Twitter and link his Twitch below in the description. One of the best players. You guys need to follow him. You can learn so much from the way that he plays. Really smart guy. Now, as far as what's happening next week, I do want to upload a lot of stuff for you guys. I'm planning on hopefully uploading like 4 separate videos worth of content. I want to start talking about Halo 6. I'm thinking of doing a series that says, like, should it be in Halo 6? And then I take a topic. The first one that I want to do is, like, hit markers. Should hit markers be in Halo 6? And I'll give all the sides, and then I'll give what I think 343 will do, and then I'll give my opinion. And you guys decide. You can discuss. So I want to talk about Halo 6. I also am thinking about taking it, like, taking viewer-submitted gameplays and analyzing viewer-submitted gameplays. So that's something I'm considering as well. I'll talk about that in a future video, hopefully next week or the following, so hopefully pretty soon. Just super busy, got a lot of stuff going on. Anyway, thank you guys for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed. Remember all the stuff that we talked about here today with the railgun, timing it, activating it as early as possible so that the moment that you're ready to react, the rail is ready to be shot, and properly positioning yourself and being aware of your exit strategies in all scenarios so you can take advantage and conquer. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and I will talk to you later. See you around. Have a good night.